see. All right, so we're gonna go and get started. Just wait for a few more people to join, and then we'll go ahead and get started on this presentation. A few more people to join, then we'll go ahead and get started. So as I stated, we're gonna wait for a few more people to join. I'll join and I'll go ahead and get started in the next minute. All right. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, so Elizabeth City State University, a legacy of excellence and resilience. So we're celebrating 129 years plus. And we're also before Elizabeth City State University, we was also a normal school, and you see teaching. So teaching was the main category that we were founded upon. So we was a normal teaching school. Elizabeth City State University has over 20,000 alumni across the world, including myself. So I am Tervon Blount, one of the freshman admissions counselors here at Elizabeth City State University. And I graduated in 2019, and I got my Bachelor of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies with a concentration in community services. So ECSU is really closer than you think. So we're located in the northeastern North Carolina area, one of the best places to live on the East Coast by Money Magazine. So we're 35 miles from the Outer Banks. We're 61 miles from Virginia Beach. And it's mainly, I say Virginia Beach is really maybe about, 50, 55 minutes away from campus. So that's where most students go. On their free time, they'll go to the beach. Raleigh is 138 miles. Washington, D.C. is 185 miles. Greensboro is 198 miles. Charlotte, 266 miles. And Atlanta, Georgia is 493 miles. And then the current population in Elizabeth City is 18.7 thousand. And then the ECSU campus is 200 plus acres. So that's a really big campus. So ECSU offer 27 undergraduate programs, and you can see some programs right here, Bachelor of Science. Some things we have is accounting, aviation, emergency management, graphic design, kinesiology, mathematics, sports management, sustainability studies, and unmanned aircraft systems. We also have Bachelor of Arts and Science with teaching licensure. So if you are interested in teaching history, English, health, mathematics, or music, and also we do have a Bachelor of Science in Education as well, which consists of birth through kindergarten, elementary education, and special education as well. So here is just a good pic of ECSU's campus, and I could just walk you around the numbers. So we'll start with number one. So number one is located on the bottom right, with the bottom left of the screen, and that is Williams Hall. So if you're interested in business administration, this is where you'll be taking most of your major courses. And also Williams Hall do have a indoor basketball gym as well. So that's not where they play the official basketball games, but years ago, this is where they used to play the official basketball games. Now that basketball gym is used for intramural sports. Number two, you will see that's University Suites. So it's one of the popular dorms on campus, pretty much, as you can tell, because it's close to pretty much everything. So University Suites is co-ed, and when I mean co-ed, I mean boys may stay on third and second floor, and then the females may just stay just on the first floor. So students can have single rooms in University Suites, but if not, if you have a roommate, then you will most likely share a bathroom with your suite mates as well. So none of the dorms on campus have community bathrooms. You will either have your own bathroom or you will either share a bathroom with your suite mates. And then the only dorm that we have, which is not pictured in here, that you have your own room, own bathroom, is Viking Village. And to stay in Viking Village, you need to be a sophomore, junior, senior, and have a 2.5 GPA. Number three, here is the Student Center. So you will see the Student Center do have, which is the food vendors we have, which is Greens to Go and Tenders Love and Chicken. Also, they have the Office of Student Engagement. So if you're interested in Royal Court, if you want to join Campus Activity Board, those things are in this building as well. They also have a stage area in the Student Center, and then they also have 3:30 breaks in the Student Center as well. So if you look at number four is the STEM complex. It was previously called the Pharmacy complex. So the STEM complex have science, technology, engineering, mathematics major in there. Also, the STEM complex have aviation science majors in there as well. So if you're interested in major majoring in any of those majors in that category, in the STEM category, then you will be taking most of your major courses in the STEM complex. Number 5 is the RL Vaughn Center. The RL Vaughn Center is where they do play the official basketball games. And also, if you're interested in health, kinesiology, health and wellness, those things, then you will be taking most of your major courses in the RL Vaughn Center. Also, the Vaughn Center, not only the Vaughn Center, but on game days, they do serve Chick-fil-A during football games and basketball games as well. So if you like Chick-fil-A, definitely come to the basketball games, check the teams out, and also grab you some Chick-fil-A while you're watching the games. So as you can see, like I said before, you will see why University Suites is one of the most popular dorms on campus, mainly because it's close to everything as well. Student affairs, student services, you will see career exploration and exposure, the PACE Center, educational, cultural, and enrichment activities, champion scholars, which is mentoring, student health services, accessibility services, counseling and testing services as well. So these things are located under student affairs, and these are the student services that are offered, to students. Student success, student engagement. So currently, there are 70 plus registered student organizations, and there are 12 active fraternities and sororities on campus. And also, there are 300 plus sponsored events and activities that Office of Student Engagement create and then pour out to students as well. So if you look in the pictures here, you will see different fraternities and sororities. You also see flag football, paddle football, students in the bowling alley, those things as well. So if you're interested in any of those things, definitely contact Student Engagement, and then they'll be sure to take you from there. Student success, academic support services. So academic support, ECSU do offer academic advising, online tutoring, and the writing lab. With the writing lab, the QEP writing lab, the ECSU offer is typically for students taking their English courses. So it is a requirement for students to, go to the writing lab just so you can sharpen your skills when writing your academic papers. University Honors Program. As you can see here, you can join the University Honors Program. The admissions requirement for the Honors Program is you have to have at least a 3.5 high school GPA or a 3.25 first semester college GPA. Pictured here, you will see many students in the honors program. You have the opportunity to go on the honors debate team, traveling, quiz bowls, those things as well. So if you're interested in joining the honors program, just make sure that you meet the requirements, which is a 3.5 high school GPA or a 3.25 first semester college GPA. Housing and residence life. So there are many different housing options that we do have on the campus of ECSU, and they're offered to freshmen and transfer students as well. So if you plan on transferring to ECSU, the answer would be yes, you would be able to stay in our residence halls. And this is the time for community building. So typically in the residence halls, your RA or the director of that residence hall, they will create events for students. So if you want to make new friends, make sure you go out to the events, have fun with the people that stay in your dorm as well. And it's also a living and learning community. So they do have honors, ROTC, and aviation as well. Athletics, pictured here, you will see most of the athletics and the sports that we do have at ECSU. So we have cheerleading, football, men's basketball, tennis, men's golf, bowling, women's basketball, cross country, softball, and volleyball as well. So if you're interested in participating in any athletics, just make sure you keep an eye out at your student email, and then they'll have opportunities for students to, try out for these sports as well. North Carolina Promise. So if you live in the state of North Carolina, your tuition will only be $500 per semester. And if you live out of state, your tuition will only be $2,500 per semester. So with this, ECSU is very much accessible, affordable, and provides pure excellence to prospective students and current students at ECSU. Financial aid, all students should complete a free application for federal student aid. So if anything, if you're interested in getting scholarships, grants, loans, those things, then please make sure you fill out your financial aid as well. So that pretty much concludes my presentation. But if you have any questions or concerns, then please you could do it, type it in the chat box, and then whenever I see them, then I'll be able to answer your questions as well. I can't see. Let me move this real quick. Okay, perfect. So I see. So you do engineering. So we do offer engineering technology and computer science as well. So if you're interested in engineering technology or computer science, definitely choose ECSU. Let's see. What is the acceptance rate? So the acceptance rate of the school, I say, is pretty much let me see, I think it's a little over 50%. That is the acceptance rate here at ECSU. Just keep in mind of the admissions requirements. So the admissions requirements for freshmen would be you have to have a 2.5 minimum GPA. Make sure you have 4 units in English, 4 maths, 3 science, 2 social studies, and also 2 foreign languages. And when I say 2 foreign languages, make sure if you have Spanish 1, to make sure you take Spanish 2 as well. Same thing with French or German. If you take French 1, make sure you take French 2. And if you take German 1, make sure you take German 2 as well. So it wouldn't work if you take Spanish 1 and then take French 1. That wouldn't be able to count. We would need you to take at least Spanish 1, then Spanish 2. Or if you not interested in taking Spanish, you want to take French, and take French 1, then take French 2 as well. And then for this school year, we're waiving SAT and ACT scores as well. But it's keep in mind of the minimum course requirements and in your GPA as well. So if you have any more questions or concerns about the presentation, then feel free to leave a comment or ask a question in the comments as well. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Devontae, yeah. So if anything, you wouldn't actually be able to because you would definitely need that foreign language piece. But you could also transfer in ECSU as well. We would definitely want you here as well. So if anything, you can transfer a minimum of 24 transferable credit hours here at ECSU. And even if you do transfer, you would still get the $500 tuition if you live in state, or if you live out of state, you would still get the 2,500 tuition as well. So if anything, what I can do now is I can put my work email in the chat here. So then for future references, you can save it. Then if you have any questions or concerns, you can definitely shoot me an email as well. And that's my work email. So like I said, you can save it for future references. And if you have any questions or concerns, then you can definitely shoot me an email. Let me see, I'm also put the office number in here as well. Oh yes, yes I can. So Devontae, you will know when you take college level courses, it'll be worth different credit hours. You would have to talk with your academic advisor about that as well. So for example, if you take English 1 um, at a community college or even at a university, that English 1 course might be worth 3 credit hours. So keep in mind, it might be worth 3 credit hours. Then your history courses, um, math courses, your history, those things, it could be worth 3 credit hours as well. So those 3 credit hours, it adds up with one another. So let's see, let me see, you could take 8 3 credit hour courses, which is 24 credit hours. Now you could transfer those 8 courses to ECSU as long as this has a minimum, as long as your credit hours are a minimum of 24 credit hours, then you would be able to get it transferred to ECSU. Um, so you wouldn't be able to transfer anything lower than 24 credit hours. So it could be 24 minimum. So you could have higher than 24. So like I said, different courses, you will find that different courses are worth, different amounts of credit hours. So some may be 2, some may be 3 credit hours, some may be 1. So you just want to make sure that um, you know the the number of credits that course is actually worth. And then I'm also put the offers number as well. So like I said, if you can save this number for future purposes. You can save the Office of Admissions number for future purposes as well. So like I said, if you have any questions or concerns, definitely feel free to send me an email because my work email is right there. And also give the office a call as well. And then we'll be sure to take it from there. Aviation science professional. Yeah, sure, Devontae. So with aviation science is definitely one of the majors that we do have here at ECSU. So you do have the opportunity to getting your private pilot license, and also you can become a commercial pilot as well. So if anything, in aviation science, we're the only university in North Carolina that offer aviation science major to students. So if anything, if you're interested in that, like I said, definitely come to ECSU. So if let me see, in a partnership with Delta Airlines. So I'm not pretty sure about the partnership we have with Delta Airlines, Devontae. If anything, I can find out more information about that as well. And if you could leave, let's say like your email address, then I could definitely get back to you with that as well. But like I said, aviation science, if you're interested in, becoming a private pilot, if you're interested in flying drones as well, emergency management, those things fall under aviation. So if you're interested in that, like I said, the only way you major in aviation outside of North Carolina would be out of state. And then, so you wouldn't have to have any background knowledge or skills to major in aviation. So you could be, coming straight out of high school or, transfer and not knowing anything about aviation. And if you want to major in aviation, then you could. So you don't have to necessarily have any background knowledge or skills to major in aviation. So if that's something that you want to do and it's something that you're interested in, I'll say definitely apply. And we are currently accepting spring 2022 applications and fall 2022 applications as well. You can apply online as well. And also, we do have open house coming up October 30th. So if you're interested in coming to ECSU, you're interested in touring the campus, then I'll say definitely come to open house, as you would be able to sign up, and you can sign up on the ECSU's website as well. So like I said, it's October 30th. So you have at least a month and some change to prepare for open house here at Elizabeth City State University. Let me see. Devontae, I'm still reading your question for you real quick. All right, that's actually a good question. All right, so Devontae, if you took a gap year, so which means like if you don't come to ECSU this coming school year, but you apply for the next school year, will your test score still be waived if you apply? So no, it wouldn't be waived. So if you don't come this coming school year, it depends. So if we are still waiving test scores when you apply, then yes, it'll still be waived. But let's give an example of since we are waiving test scores now, then if you're then when and when I say now is like this upcoming next school year. So if you apply after that and we're not currently waiving test scores, then we wouldn't be able to waive your test scores for you. So, but that's actually a good question. So, like I said, David, I mean not Devontae, if you took a gap year and the semester or the year that you're applying to, if we're not currently waiving test scores due to the pandemic, then no, you wouldn't be able to have your test scores waived if we're not waiving um, any test scores? But that's actually a great question, though. All right, then for everyone that's here, just please keep in mind that our tuition for the North Carolina Promise is only $500 for in-state students per semester, and out-of-state students $2,500 per semester. So make sure that you don't forget that important aspect about ECSU, and also we're the most affordable HBCU in the state of North Carolina as well. So make sure you keep that in mind as well. So like I said, we're accessible, affordable, and we exemplify excellence as well. So if anything, definitely choose ECSU. So I'm not sure if you have any more questions, Devontae, but you really asked some great questions today. Let me see. Okay, that's a great question. So if you went to a community college to get your necessary foreign language credit, would a test score still be needed? So Devontae, I'm going to provide you with a little more clarity. So if you currently don't have um, your foreign language. So if you wouldn't just be able to go to a community college to take the foreign language and then transfer those two foreign languages courses to ECSU, in that case, you would need at least a minimum of 24 transferable credit hours to transfer over to ECSU. Um, so then in that case, um, your test scores may not be needed. But if anything, if you still want to take them, just to be sure you could, but um, your test scores may not be needed when you actually transfer over your credit hours to ECSU. So with that being said, so like I said, you wouldn't be able to just take your foreign languages and just transfer those over. You would need to, at that point, take 24 transferable credit hours, a minimum of 24 transferable credit hours, and get them transferred over to ECSU. But yeah, that was a really great question, Devontae. So I'm not sure. So let me see. So you're definitely interested in aviation, from what I could tell. But yeah, like I said, you would need to have at least 24 transferable credit hours. But yeah, Devontae, that was a great question as well. Another great question. Perfect, Devontae. That really sounds excellent. So yeah, if anything, copy down my email address and also the office number as well. And then if you have any questions or concerns in the near future, then I'll say definitely feel free to go ahead and shoot me an email or give the office a call. We'll definitely take it from there. But yeah, we'll definitely be glad to have you. So if anything, like I said, if you don't have those two foreign languages, just make sure that you have, 24 transferable credit hours at a community college and go and get that transferred in. So we would love to have you over here, Devontae. So like I said, yeah, definitely send me an email um, with any questions or concerns you may have or give the office a call. And we'll definitely take it from there. All right. Well, if you just joined, um, please be sure to put down your name in the chat and also where you're from and what program you're interested in. So, like I said, your name in the chat, where you're from, and what program you're interested in.
Her name should be Aaliyah. Right. We have a lot of questions regarding scholarships. So, as Taylor mentioned, we have 4 full-ride scholarships, Cheatham White scholarship, February 1 scholarship.
Hey, Ms. Bird, can you say something? I can hear the audio though.
Campuses, we'll see Thomas campus, we'll see Warren campus.
Then you can go ahead and take that admissions letter and apply for the merit scholarships, right? We don't want to reach any deadlines without completing everything necessary for the deadline. So try to do it early as possible so you get it.
The staff and the alumni. And so I do encourage you all to look that up. Look.
Hey, for anyone who had just joined, if you can you please leave your name in the chat? Gabriel, is there a child psychology program? So with child psychology, so we don't necessarily have, child psychology. We do have just psychology, and also we do have early childhood development as well. So if anything, if you're interested in either of those two, but we don't necessarily have just child psychology, but I'm pretty sure you could do psychology. You could major in psychology, and then you could also minor in early childhood development. Or if you want to major in early childhood development and get a minor in psychology, you could do that as well. Hey, for anyone who had just joined, if you can you just please leave your name, where you're from in the chat, and also you can also put what program are you interested in the chat as well.
We'll get after like getting my degree.
Hey, for anyone who had just joined, can you please leave your name in the chat and also a program that you're interested in as well? And then we'll go ahead and get started. And then also, if you do have any questions, while I go on with the presentation as well, you can type your questions in the chat box. And then when I'll finish the presentation, I can go ahead and answer any question that you may have. But for the meantime, I'll just go ahead and get started with the presentation. So like I said, for anyone who has just joined, you can leave your name in the chat. You don't have to do your name. Since your name will already pop up, you can just put whatever program you're interested in, and then we'll just take it from there. But let me see, earth science. So we don't necessarily have an earth science major, but we do have biology, chemistry, pharmaceutical science, biology pre-med as well. We have those things as well. So anyone else, you can put down or type in the chat what program or programs that you're interested in, and then we'll just take it from there. So I'll give y'all this about 1 or 2 minutes to type. So for everyone who had just joined, if you can you just put in the chat what program you're interested in, and then we'll just I'll discuss it, and then I'll start the presentation. All right, so I'll go ahead and get started. Presentation. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. And if you have any questions while I'm going with the presentation, feel free to jot down any questions or concerns that you have. Just put it down in the chat. And then when I finish the presentation, then I'll go ahead and look in the chat and answer any questions y'all may have. So, Elizabeth City State University, a legacy of excellence and resilience. So we're celebrating 129 plus years for ECSU. So ECSU started out as a normal teaching school. So then you'll see in the picture right there, you'll see the amount of graduates that they had when they started out with the normal teaching school. And now we have over 20,000 alumni across the world. So ECSU is really closer than you think. So according to Money Magazine, ECSU is, or Northeastern North Carolina, is one of the best places to live on the East Coast. So we're located in Northeastern North Carolina. So we're 35 miles away from the Outer Banks. So if you like going to the beach in the Outer Banks, we're 35 miles away from the Outer Banks. 61 miles from Virginia Beach, 138 miles away from Raleigh, 185 miles away from Washington, D.C., 198 miles away from Greensboro, 266 miles away from Charlotte, and we're also 493 miles away from Atlanta, Georgia. So the Elizabeth City population is 18.7 thousand people, and also ECSU is pretty much a big campus with its 20 plus acres of land. So ECSU is definitely a great big campus. And we also have campus tours on Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. So if you're interested in, coming to a campus tour, you can just go to ecsu.edu, go to admissions and click on visit us and schedule an campus tour. We also have open house coming up October 30th as well. So if you're interested in that, please sign up for open house on the ECSU's website as well. So the academic program offerings, so we do offer 27 undergraduate programs. As you can see here, I'm going to give a little summary. Bachelor of Science, we have things from accounting all the way to mathematics, to psychology, to sustainability studies, and unmanned aircraft systems. So if you're interested in any of those things, definitely please choose to further your education here at ECSU. Also, the Bachelor of Arts and Science with teaching licensure, we do have English. So if you're interested in teaching English, history, kinesiology, which is physical education, mathematics, and music education, please choose ECSU as well. And then the Bachelor of Science in Education. So if you're interested in birth to kindergarten, elementary education, and special education, like I said before, please choose ECSU as well. So here are the list of programs here that we offer here at ECSU. And then if you look, we do have some programs that are just strictly online. So if you just choose to take those programs online, you can, which is Homeland Security, that's online, and Interdisciplinary Studies, that's online as well. Here's a map of ECSU campus, and please note that this is not all of ECSU's campus. It's just a snapshot of just part of ECSU's campus. So we can start with the numbers here. So we can start at number one, which is Williams Hall. So Williams Hall is the home of the business administration majors, accounting majors as well. Good thing about Williams Hall is for intramurals, sports purposes only, they do have an indoor basketball gym in Williams Hall, which was the official basketball gym years ago. So now we're gonna move along to number two, which is University Suites, is one of the dorms and residence halls here on campus. University Suites is 3 floors, co-ed. When I mean co-ed, boys may stay on third and second floor, and then the females may stay just on the first floor. And also the good thing about University Suites, you can control your own air conditioning, your heat in your own room. So it's one of the good things about University Suites. Move along to number three. Number three is the Student Center. So they do have greens to go and tenders loving chicken as the food vendors that they serve in the Student Center. Also, they do have a stage area in there as well, Office of Student Engagement, Campus Activity Board, Royal Court. Those things are located in the Student Center as well. And as you can see, we're gonna piggyback off of University Suites. So as you can see, University Suites is pretty much close to everything, which is pretty much why it's one of the popular dorms on campus, because it's pretty much close to everything. So moving along to number four. Number four is the STEM complex, which was previously called the Pharmacy Complex. STEM complex is for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics majors. They do have social work in the STEM complex as well. And aviation science majors in the STEM complex as well. And then coming right along, you see number five, which is the R.L. Vaughn Center. So the R.L. Vaughn Center is where they do host the official basketball games at ECSU, and also the volleyball games as well. So even if you're interested in kinesiology, physical with kinesiology, which is health and PE, physical education, then that's where you'll be taking most of your major courses. And I also have a wellness center in the inside as well. So if you're a student that enjoys working out, and things like that, they do have a wellness center in the inside of the Bond Center. So student affairs, the student services that we have to offer to students is career exploration and exposure, PACE Center, educational and cultural enrichment activities. They do have champion scholars, which is a mentoring program as well. They have student health services, accessibility services, and counseling testing centers as well. And these things are, student services to students, which falls under student affairs. And student success, student engagement. So let's take a look at the pictures real quick. So in the pictures, you'll see different fraternities and sororities and activities, happening around campus. You see powder puff, flag football. You also see bowling, and those things as well. So as you look in the pictures, you'll see that student engagement is in a very important piece of ECSU as well. So we have 70 plus registered student organizations. We have 12 active fraternities and sororities, and 300 plus sponsored events and activities as well. Student success, academic support services. So for academic support, we do provide academic advising. We do provide online tutoring and writing lab as well. So for academic advising, you will go to your academic advisor to schedule your future courses. And then they even may schedule an appointment with you and a meeting with you to, just see where you're at that particular time in the semester. So if you need to add a course, drop a course, they'll be able to assist you with that as well. Online tutoring. If you need help with any of your courses, then definitely attend online tutoring as well, so you can sharpen your skills for those courses that you need help with. And then the writing lab, the QEP writing lab is one good thing about ECSU as well, because it definitely helps you sharpen your skills in writing your academic papers as well, which is a requirement for students taking their English courses as well. So moving right along, we have the University Honors Program. So University Honors Program, the admissions requirement is a 3.5 high school GPA or a 3.25 first semester college GPA. So those two things is a way to get admissions into the University Honors Program. So like I said, the admissions requirement for the University Honors Program is either a 3.5 high school GPA or a 3.25 first semester college GPA. And as you can see, you'll be able to attend honors convocation. You will go to, or you will be on a debate team, travel, quiz bowls, all those good things as well. So just keep in mind. So if you're interested in joining the University Honors Program, just keep in mind of the admissions requirements as well. So moving right along, we have housing and residence life. So we do have a couple of housing options and residence house options for students. And the options go to freshmen and transfer students. So if you're a transfer student, then you would be able to stay, have an opportunity to stay in a residence hall as well. Then it's a community building. So that means that they do have some events in residence halls, which will get you to interact with your peers and your colleagues as well. So they might have an event there. And so if you want to build relationships, friendships, and those things as well, not only with your peers, but with the directors as well, then feel free to attend those events as well. So athletics. So we are ECSU is Division II in the CIAA conference. So we do have cheerleading, football, men's basketball, tennis, men's golf, cross country, women's basketball, bowling, volleyball, and softball as well. So if you're interested in any of these sports, just make sure that you keep an eye out and stay up to date on the different tryout dates and those things as well, because you would have an opportunity to try out for the teams as well. So North Carolina Promise is a very important piece that I want to discuss. So the NC Promise means that we're accessible, affordable, and we provide excellence for students. So if you live in the state of North Carolina, then your tuition will only be $500 per semester. So $500 per semester for in-state students, and out-of-state students, it'll be $2,500 per semester. So just keep in mind, so we're the most affordable HBCU in the state of North Carolina. I need to repeat that one more time. We're the most affordable HBCU in the state of North Carolina. Like I said, if you live in the state of North Carolina for in-state students, then your tuition will only be $500 per semester. And if you live out of state, for out-of-state students, your tuition will only be $2,500 per semester, which is pretty much affordable. And let me see, I have one more piece to discuss right here, which is financial aid. Sorry about that. And then financial aid. So all students should complete a free application for federal student aid. And then the website is right there. So if you want to copy it down, you can. So when you go in, it will tell you, to create an account and then fill out your FAFSA. That's what we call it. And then they say applications are considered once a student has been accepted to ECSU and admitted to a degree program. So your applications are considered once you complete both of those steps. You have to be accepted to ECSU. You have to be admitted to a degree program as well. The different types of aid that we offer here are scholarships, grants, and loans. And if you want to see what scholarships that we have available, then please visit our website to see what scholarships are available. So that pretty much concludes the presentation. So like I said, if you have any questions or concerns, then please feel free to put them down in the chat box. And that's where I'm going to check right now. All right, so I don't see any questions right now. So like I said, if you have any questions or concerns, or you want to know about a program or any student service or anything, then please feel free to put a question down in the chat box. So if you have any questions or concerns about a presentation, so if you, like I said, if you want to know about an academic program or whatever the case may be, then please feel free to put down any question that you may have in the chat box as well. Then I'll be sure to go ahead and answer any questions that you may have. And then also, you can also put down an academic program that you're interested in. Then I can explain the academic program more further as well. So if you have any questions, please put your questions down in the chat box. And also, I pinned my email address as well. So if you want to email me any questions or concerns that you may have, you could definitely do that as well. And that is pinned to the top. So it's tdblunt211@ecsu.edu. That's my email. So like I said, if you have any questions or concerns, or if you want to use it for future purposes, then you can definitely jot down my email as well. And then in the chat, I also put down the Office of Admissions phone number, which is 252-335-3305 as well. So like I said, if you have any questions, you can definitely get an office a call as well. So I'll give y'all a few moments to put down any questions and type any questions that you may have. So does the tuition include room and board? So no, the tuition do not include room and board. So your tuition will only be $500, but that's not including room and board. So your room and board would be it would be like a separate fee, but yeah, your tuition will only be, so if you live in state, then your tuition will only be $500. But then if you live out of state, then your tuition will only be $2,500. But no, it doesn't include room and board. But that's a good question as well. So for the ones who have just joined, if you can, you could jot down or put down an academic program that you're interested in studying. And then we could just take it from there. I can go on with the presentation. So like I said, for those who just joined, in the chat box, you can put an area of study or academic program that you're interested in. So for those who just joined, if you can you please leave your name in a chat box where you're from, and also you could put down the area of study that you're interested in. So, for example, if you're interested in psychology, social work, kinesiology, whatever the case may be, business, then definitely put that um, in the chat box. Like I said, for those who just joined, you can put down your name in the chat box and academic program you're interested in, and then where you're from as well. Then we can go ahead and get started with the presentation. So I'll give y'all a few minutes to do that as well. So for those who just joined, welcome here. And if you can, you could put your name in the chat box where you're from and also an academic program that you're interested in. So if you're interested in psychology, kinesiology, criminal justice, those things as well, any academic program you're interested in, then definitely leave that in the chat as well. And then we'll go ahead and get started with the presentation. So I'll give you a few minutes to do that, and then we'll go ahead and get started with the presentation.
class, so